preparations have already started at the ZPM office, and why not? They look all set to form the next government in Mizoram.
It looks like, yeah, it will be an early Christmas from Mizoram. A fledgling party like Zoram People Movement (ZPM), it's likely to form the next government, going by the trends of Election Commission of India. There are winds of change in Mizoram, and people have voted for change. These results and this whatever the trend and the results are throwing up right now.
In fact, I remember when you were talking about it also, we were discussing this, before the votes were being counted, and you said that, there's a very clear campaign that ZPM went with, and
Right,
that was voting for change.
right,
And even though they are led by somebody who is 74 years old, the ideas that they talked about, that's effectively something that has found possibly a lot of resonance among people.
right. The thing is that the basic change premise of this election seems to be the change. So it doesn't necessarily mean who is leading. The person may be from the younger generation or from the older generation, but as we have discussed in our previous episode, this is people wants a new face in the seat of power. So and going by the mood of the people in Mizoram, and especially in urban areas like Aizawl, um, they have made up their mind. This time, next time, they will vote for a person who has a clean image. And Laldu Homa, ZPM's chief ministerial candidate, he fits the bill.
Mhm.
He is an ex IPS officer, Indian Police Service officer. He served outside the state. He knows the ropes of the bureaucracy and an administration, and people are hoping that he can be, bring about a lot of changes in terms of style of governments. He will roll out new policies and work for the overall development of the state. We know Mizoram is a tiny state, and yeah, these are certain things that people have kept in mind giving this vote.
The chief minister has lost his seat where he was contesting from Aizawl East 1. He has lost that
Right,
seat.
right, right.
And if you could talk to us a little bit about the dynamics of this seat as well.
See, this significance of these elections is about the how the younger and urban voters have voted this time. There is a strong uh, sense coming out from these pre-election days that people, as I said, youngsters, they were really upset with the the kind of policies and governance, and and basically they were not getting what they were expecting. People who were born in the mid 90s, they are not bothered about Mizo nationalism or insurgency or unification of Zo people. These are the issues which MNF had raised in the run up to the elections. As we know, MNF was very much vocal about the issues about the turmoil in the neighboring Manipur. But youngsters, they are not bothered about what is happening in Manipur. They are bothered about what is happening in their own state. So that's what one of the reasons. Even if MNF has made it a very strong point in their manifesto, it didn't find any resonance, I think, with the youngsters and many of the urban voters. They want better infrastructure, employment, jobs, and overall development of the state. So I think this Manipur issue has backfired for MNF clearly, and urban voters, they are not. I am sure everywhere in Northeast, urban voters are very much concerned about the day-to-day needs. Ultimately, it is the middle class. They are, they think about themselves, about their future. If their future are not secure, what the issues of nationalism and this kind of things. As I said, the voters born out in the main 90s, they are not bothered about Mizo nationalism, and this is clearly a negative marking for uh, Mizo National Front and
Mm.
Zoram Thanga. I think Zoram Thanga has to take a big lessons out of this.
Okay. One thing you also talked about was the issue of corruption.
Right.
And how much do you think that could have played a factor?
This is one of the key factors that BJP also highlighted. BJP being partner of the
Yeah.
MNF at the national level, BJP also highlighted Zoram, people's ZPM also has touched upon this issue. Yes, there are corruptions in certain welfare schemes. There are allegations of corruptions rather. So obviously that's what I'm saying, that people want person with a clean image to run this, the next government. And on this account, they have, I think they have made up their mind. The next government, next party, whoever either comes to power, has to come out of this chains of corruption.
Right.
And because these corruption things came up in a big way, because Mizoram, we can see there is a trend of a lot of people filed RTI, and through RTI this a lot of irregularities came to the
fore,
forefront.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one of the reasons they have voted for I believe they have voted for a new party.
Okay. What about some of the candidates? Because just given how young this party is,
Right.
Take us through some of the candidates who are very well known in their sectors, but now are trying their hand in politics.
One one popular face is former football player JJ. JJ, he contested from South Tuipui, and he has won. He has defeated I think the health minister of Mizoram, R. Lalthanmiya. So JJ's popularity. See, the thing is that ZPM has fielded a lot of young candidates and popular young candidates who have big mass appeal, social media followers, base kind of things. So they have been able to strike a chord with the young generation,
Right.
and I think they did worked well for them. Did have a positive impact on ZPM's, the trend we are seeing. So JJ is a clear example of that. They have been able to
Capitalize on
capitalize
that.
on it.
And what are the other kind of stars
Yeah, I
as it
came
were?
to know there is one more popular gospel singer, and I think there are many more.
Right.
There are other people from other walks of life, but young faces, and people believe that they are credible. Like, even though they don't have much experience in politics, but they think that, like, Aam Aadmi Party, when people first time voted for Aam Aadmi Party, later
Actually,
on,
I know that some are already making that analogy that this is the Aam Aadmi Party of Mizoram. I actually wanted to stay away from making that analogy. I don't know if it
right,
is right. Is
right.
it?
Yeah, we should not make an analogy, because this is not like, Aam Aadmi Party was it was a political outfit born out of anti-corruption movement, but this is not the case from ZPM. ZPM is a regional party, and region in Mizoram, they have, like, yeah, there are clean governance is one of their agenda, but this is not their sole agenda. They have other issues uh, on their agenda, on their table. So I don't think this analogy is correct. That's true. But what I'm saying basically, like Aam Aadmi Party, they have also given people from diverse backgrounds. In the sense,
Right.
it should not necessarily be like,
Just
a
politicians. It
politician
could be
or
professionals.
professors or something like that. Like, picking a football star, picking a gospel singer. This gives you some idea about that, the diversity in the society
Right.
also.
Right.
These are the people who are very much on the public life. That's what I'm saying.
Right. So one thing everybody noticed was that election results for 4 states on Sunday, but not for Mizoram on Sunday.
Right.
How much of the church influence factor plays out here as well?
Charge is a major factor, because this, civil society in Mizoram, basically it comprises church also. Um, Charge is a big say in entire, like, in every sphere of life in Mizoram. So definitely Sunday being a prayer day, service day, they don't want to do any sort of other work. It's a time spent with the families and, kind of thing. So definitely there has been a overwhelming support for postponement of the
Counting
day. So, but I don't know why election commission took so long to decide on that. This has been played out, being, for almost a month. They ended up declaring on a Friday,
That's
last Friday.
right.
So that,
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why ultimately they had to do what they had.
They should have done earlier,
Earlier.
perhaps.
That's what
Okay.
I'm saying.
One final question about, for any regional party, what is its truck going to be with the BJP in the center, especially if it's a party from the northeast? And this is a question that was also put to the ZPM. Will
Yeah.
you ally with the BJP?
See, ZPM has clearly announced pre-poll that they are not going to have any kind of alliance either with BJP or Congress. And but they have said that if we come back to power, if we win the election, not come back, if we win the elections, then we will cooperate with the government, matlab the NDA government. So this means there will not have any post-poll alliance with BJP in the state, but there with the possibility of having alliance at the central level, it cannot be ruled out yet. But again, then officially MNF is still a part of the NDA. So I don't know. It's up to the BJP whom to retain, whom to throw out, kind of situation. But it's very clear that in the state, uh, since they have spelled it out very clearly, they will not have any alliance, because if they have any kind of tie up with BJP, this will have negative impact on the voters.
All right, so a change of guard looks set to happen in Mizoram.